put some fucking pants on and go outside and do some shit.
There's nothing to do.
There's nothing to do.
Girl, there is nothing to do.
The Sandhills wants to know what time it is. It's time to get ready for the unlimited social scoop. Introducing Nuthin To Do, the Sandhills Social Scene Podcast, straight from the Share Studios with your host, Dominique.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of Nuthin To Do Podcast. It's the entertainment podcast that tells you what there is to do in and around the Sandhills. And yes, they gave me episode 2, so that means I'm not fired yet. Thank you, Kim Liz, for giving me a chance. Also, I want to say this has been a very interesting week. You guys have poured out so much love. Can't thank you enough. Speaking of pouring out things, Brian and I talked about food. Brian's the producer, by the way. He's over there. You can't see him. We might add a food element to it. So if you have any ideas or you want to send us samples, find us at The Share Studios. Brian, any? No? Okay, he's shaking his head, so probably not. Coming up for you guys, I have one of my favorite musicians. And speaking of musicians, I was a band geek at Douglasburg High School. I know. I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you guys that I went to Douglasburg. But their band actually has a chance to go to New York City to play at Carnegie Hall. See, I'm so hungry. I almost said Carnegie Hall. So if you guys want to help out your community and show the kids what there is to do outside of the community, we're going to put up a QR code for you guys and you can reach out and donate. And segue, I have so many conversations in my head at once. I can't control it. Sorry. But segue, we have one of my favorite musicians coming in for you guys. I've seen him perform at the Holly Jolly Trolley and hopefully I'm going to see him perform this weekend. But I'll let him talk to you about that in a little bit. Again, thank you guys for coming to episode 2. We'll be right back. Guys, welcome to Nuthin To Do, the podcast with your host, me. I am sitting here with one of I would say Fayetteville. I want to claim it as our own, but I'm just going to go say like North Carolina's.
Oh.
Yeah, most premier musicians, songwriters, singers, everything that I think that I could do in the shower. He does it in real life. Michael Daughtry, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Dominique. I appreciate this.
Listen, My favorite part about being from Fayetteville is knowing that I can just call you guys at the drop of a dime.
We're small but mighty.
Absolutely. And I am so inconveniencing, I know.
Oh, no. We're good.
Tell us a little bit about you. I know a little bit about you,
Sure.
but tell the world about you.
So I am a singer, songwriter, instructor, mentor, all of these things at this point in my career. Music, what I call living creative, which means that I make a full-time living from my music, and so, lifelong career musician. Gosh, I'll give the abridged biography. I studied at Berklee College of Music. Had a partial scholarship there, so I was up in Boston for a couple of years in the late 90s. That will date me a little bit, but I'm okay with that at this point. Came back down here. I'm originally from the Fayetteville area. Actually, if you want to get specific, sort of between Newton Grove and Spivey's Corner. But I'm lifelong Fayetteville. I know about Jesters. I went to Jesters quite a bit. I went to the Flaming Mug. Yeah. If you want to get way back, we were one of the last bands to play at the Flaming Mug before they closed in the early 90s. So anyway, lifelong Fayetteville native and living creative. I'll just put it that way.
Okay. So living creative, so you narrow it down to just music, or are there other talents that you have in there?
Mainly music.
Okay.
I have a little bit, even the theater experience that I have. I've worked with some productions at Cape Fear Theater and Gilbert Theater and with the Arts Council, of course, folks. But it's always music related. You know, if it's not a musical, I'm like, I better bow out of this project, folks.
So I feel you're being a little bit modest in your bio. I hear something about some charts in your topic.
Yes.
Tell it to me.
Last year was a huge year for us.
Okay.
We started out with the iHeartRadio charts. That's through MediaBase. If anybody wants to get all career technical and musically technical, Dom knows all about this. But MediaBase is usually, they chart based on radio airplay and primary, secondary markets, things like that. And so we did a campaign with a song called Nothing Special that some people in the industry sort of picked up and said, we think we can really do something with this. And I'm like, well, let's go, as we like to say, let's go. So that started and charted on some charts there, and it stayed, the momentum kept going. And in the summer, for 3 weeks, we charted on Billboard. On the adult contemporary charts, we peaked at 23 for 2 weeks, which if you're a numbers person, I'm not like, I don't want to get too hokey or anything, but it was in the year 2023. So we peaked at 23 for 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
So,
The Michael Daughtry.
Yeah, see? There you go. So it was a very, very epic year for us.
So you talked about performing at Flaming Mug, Jesters. What was one of the favorite shows that you've done around the area?
I have to say there was a collection of shows that we did probably 10 to 15 years ago at the Rock Shop.
Okay.
When they did the Art Attack.
Yes.
That was a fantastic Wednesday night series. You kind of know, I've been doing this long enough. You got your weekend crowds, and then you got your people, if somebody's going to come out on a Wednesday night and see what's going on with this art scene, because there were a lot of visual artists, a lot of performers, dancers. You just never knew what you were going to see. So Sean and I remember Mark Dodd was the
Mark.
Yeah, he
Mark.
He was the doorman, and kind of he could get tough when need be, but he was also just very cool to us artists. So anyway, that was a great sort of collection of performances there. Just a lot of fun.
So Sean Atkins, if you hear me, bring back Art Attack. I don't know where, when, or how. Bring it back. And Mark Dodd, we love you.
We do.
So you have a show coming up this weekend. Mm-hmm. Tell me about it.
So it's at Pirates, which is at Spring Lake, just down the road. And it's done, I'll be honest, I'll give behind the scenes, because nobody's really like, oh gosh, I can't believe you said that. Chris Scroggins, who is in Scroggins Band.
I went to high school with him.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Now that's cool. That's a 6 degrees deal. Well, Chris kind of does some bookings through 22 Clicks and Hope Mills. And then with Pirates, I think they're sort of maybe sister, at least with the booking, they're sister locations and establishments. So they have musicians this year at Pirates kind of on a regular basis, which is really exciting. I've played at 22 Clicks a few times, so fun crowd, lots of military folk, good variety of people. So I will be there this Friday night at 9 p.m.
Nice. So this Friday night at 9 p.m., you can see a chart topper who's going to do amazing things for 2024. I can't wait. I
might play the song that hit the chart.
Because I've had the pleasure to at least hang out with you on the trolley.
For sure.
Listen to you on WFNC with Good Morning Fayetteville, Goldie and the Morning Plug. Goldie got the key to the city yesterday. It was really awesome.
He deserves it.
So does.
The man.
So it's like, I want to see you in a scene like this. And you know what? I have nothing to do. I'll be there.
Okay. Well, high five on that. All right. I love that.
I'm coming back after a decade.
Yeah. How about that?
So tell the people where they can find you.
So all of my social media handle, what we call that, where you can find me pretty much anywhere, is Michael Daughtry Music, all one word. The website is michaeldaughtrymusic.com. Of course, I'm on TikTok, Insta, Facebook. I think Twitter and X has to be a little different, right? So I think I'm just Michael Daughtry on that platform. YouTube is Michael Daughtry Music. So that's, Michael Daughtry Music is where you can find me.
And Michael, you have something releasing soon.
Yes, I do. I have a new single coming out January the 26th, a couple of Fridays from now. It's called Alleluia. It's a very, very interesting song. Okay. I actually recorded it over a decade ago.
Okay.
And I just sort of found it. I was sort of looking through content for this year that I had to, I have a marketing person that he's like, you got to get some more content going for this year. And so I just found this song that I had done, and I'm like, I thought I'd release this. After you've been doing it for a while, it's like, I thought I'd release this. So long and short of it, I'm releasing this song. Very excited about it. It is a standalone single. Okay. So I will be releasing an EP later this year, probably in the summer as well. That's something that you would want to look out for. And I'll go ahead and give you the exclusive. So the title of the EP is Wild Card.
Okay.
So it's going to, we've got a whole fun thing going, because the songs that we've worked on, went to New York a couple of weeks ago and went to the famous Lounge Studios, which was amazing. Solange had just left, working on some projects from there. The Today Show crew was walking out as I was walking in. They recorded their holiday song there. So anyway, very excited about that project. That will be out in the summer. So that's some things to look on the horizon for.
Okay, now before I chase you down again in the parking lot, is there anything else that you held back? Because I need to know it all.
I always, well, there might be one or two things, but it's...
You can hold on to your big joker. Just hold on to your big joker. And I guess we'll just have to have
there will be some, well, with the Joker thing, there will be some, with the wild card marketing and imagery that you'll be seeing. There'll be some very interesting things. And I do have to say, wild card, it just didn't come from thin air. The concept, when you hear the songs, there's a huge variety between the songs, yet there is a common thread between the songs. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, perfect. I got an exclusive, guys. It's only the second episode. We'll be back. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And telling us what there is to do around the Sandhills. All right, guys, we're going to time travel into a subject that is near and dear to my heart because every birthday I force all of my friends to do this for me. And I actually called my producer to come from behind the scenes to get on camera so we could talk about the subject because he too is a SME. It's a subject matter expert for those of you who don't know. Karaoke. I was told by Shannon that used to host karaoke at Spirits. It used to be in Tallywood Shopping Center. That karaoke is Japanese for tone deaf. Don't quote us on that because we've been known to say things that are inaccurate a lot because we are convincing and you guys have bought everything we've said thus far. Karaoke, and I am sitting here with one of the town's best karaoke DJ. Did you know that I used to host karaoke?
You know what? I think I remember slightly. This could have been, or maybe if I heard it at some point in time, but I could absolutely see you doing it.
In 2008, 2009, I was working for Wild Bill, is what they used to call him. He was out of the Pirates, Foo Bar. There was also another place off of Manchester Road that's skipping my mind right, Sinners. And he picked me up and was like, hey, I need to do karaoke at Buffalo Wild Wings and I need a KJ, what's up? Dang. And so every Wednesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings, that's where I met Samson, and I host karaoke there, and it was live. A lot of people came more to sing than they did to eat, and I felt bad, but it was still live and definitely worth it. So I always talked about coming out of retirement, but then I have to go against people like you.
Oh, no.
Can't compete.
I am not the competition. I tell people that all the time. I honestly believe there's enough karaoke to go around for a lot of places. There are a lot of places in town that are doing karaoke, so I never consider myself the competition. Now, I will say that I bring a different breed of karaoke. Like, I'm the type of person, I might heckle you if you come up acting foolish, but that's something completely different. I'm the type of person that, I am my own hype man. I'm the type of person that I encourage people to come up and sing, and regardless if you're bad, good, or different, that's not the purpose of karaoke. Karaoke is literally a form of expression. And so that's one thing I like to bring to the table. Is like, hey, when you come up to the stage, I want you to feel special.
Okay.
I want you to be the center, the highlight. This is your show. It's not about me when you get behind the mic. And so that's my main job as a karaoke host. And I said I do it part-time because I'm here at the Share Studios. Shameless plug. This is my full-time here, but I do karaoke Wednesdays and Sundays. I am the backup to Kelly White and the Shit Show.
I love you.
But they actually call me in to do it a couple nights a week there. So I'm very thankful for just what it does, the connections that I have. I get to take a break from all of this, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I might have a couple of nothing in my bed. It's very fun, and it's something that I enjoy doing. Sometimes if I'm up at 2:30 in the morning, I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go to bed. But no, it's seeing people express themselves, and also seeing how much it means to some people. Some people that are introverted, that never step out into this, and I've seen people just completely break out of their shell. It's absolutely amazing to see that one person that's just been reserved for all this time and just come out and sing the most beautiful song, the most beautiful way, and seeing the crowd just erupt is a feeling like none other. So
I like to see the progression in the eyes when the crowd like finally tunes in on this person that's probably never done it before. They're shy or introverted, and like their eyes just get bigger and bigger, and you see them feeling themselves throughout the progression of the song. That's my favorite part of it. Now, how did you get into doing karaoke?
This is funny actually, because you mentioned Buffalo Wild Wings. This was actually it was a little bit before Buffalo Wild Wings that I actually started singing karaoke. This would have been 2002, I imagine. I just got back home, back in North Myrtle, and I was at the bowling alley. We were finishing up bowling, and everybody said, "Well, we about to head down to this bar." And not gonna lie, I was 19, going on 20 at the time. Oh, they can't get me now. The statute of limitations.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we went to this bar and they had karaoke there, and I was like, "What in the world is this?" And I kid you not, my college roommate was just a huge diehard Charlie Daniels fan. I kid you not. So anybody that knows me, they know that song, and I sang that at 20 years old. I'm 6'4", 6'5". You see the complexion, and I just sang word for word. I knew it verbatim, and they were like, "Who in the what?" Went down to Georgia. He would look for a soul. And by the time I got done, the whole place erupted. I was addicted. I was absolutely. And this is now we're going on 23 years ago. I actually did karaoke at Buffalo Wild Wings in North Myrtle Beach.
Nice.
Back in this was 2000. What was it? 2004, 2005. So I got gray hair on my chin. I forget something. But I actually did it there. The same thing happened. Like people were literally just sitting there to sing karaoke. They ain't bought a bit of food.
Like,
a glass of water was. I'm like, oh. But it was one of the it was to the point where there was enough people, there was enough business to where I was like, hey, I was actually waiting tables and doing karaoke at the same time. I was like, everybody go home. I got this section. I know you don't want people camping, and I literally waited tables and ran karaoke, and it's just been off and on. And I really got back into it. Like I filled in a couple times for Steve over at Sand Trap.
Okay.
And so me and him became really good friends. He showed me their system over there, and I filled in a couple times. And then the pandemic happened. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to take a step back. And he retired from the karaoke scene. And Lindsay at Sand Trap called me up. And she was like, would you want to come in and run karaoke for us? I was like, you know what?
I just
Why not?
Don't you love to get paid to party?
Absolutely.
Let's hear me out. Paid to party. I just need a party position. Hear me out.
My motto is that if I can go out and have a couple and go back home with more money than I started off with, I'm doing something good. Some people may know my story. I ain't even worried about all that, but it's fun. It is fun, and so I've worked at Sand Trap. I've worked at the Back Door. I'm working now currently at Cheers. Actually, helped with your birthday party at Club Halo. That was wow.
So, for those of you who didn't know, I believe it was year 38. I decided that I wanted all of my friends to dress up like old people, go to the bar, and do karaoke. So we had a geriatric themed birthday party, and everybody sang. Aisha West sang. We had you singing. Of course, I did. My friend Mecca, that's at Anubis, she sang. Like, it was just a really good feeling. And for anybody that walked in off the street to walk into this birthday party,
Yeah, it was almost one of those things you had to be there. I'm pretty sure there's pictures from.
I have lots of pictures.
So check her out. Check Dominique out on her socials. There might be some highlights back there. Working with Rick Simpson there,
Yeah.
and my thought and my prayers are with Rick through his health and everything right there. He has been, when I first moved to Fayetteville, he was the first he was the first karaoke person I met here. And so I followed him a lot yeah. Like he is a legend in the game, and I followed him many different places. Wherever he was at, I would find my way because he ran a very good show. And of course, Father Time is undefeated, and it's just one of those things. My prayers and thoughts always with him, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at when it comes to. I probably wouldn't be here at the studio if it was because my business partner here at the Share Studios noticed that I was a karaoke DJ. When he looked at my resume, he said, "I need you here." So I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Rick Simpson and doing those little steps and things right there, that passion that I still had. So I definitely want to give him a big shout out. So
Yeah, Rick deserves his flowers. I remember going out to Rayford to Aviator's Bar and Grill, which is right by the drop zone. And that is when I met Rick. And then when we moved downtown with John Kistler, we stayed on Bow Street. And across from there was a place called B&B Tavern, which is now Bruce's.
Oh,
and they would have the potluck on the side, and we'd go and sing karaoke, have a couple, smash those meatballs, and then walk back over to our apartment. So Rick definitely has a lot of big spaces in my heart and memories in my brain.
Karaoke, there's so many places to go to. Like I said, just off the top of my head, Patty's on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I do believe. Cheers, we do it 6 nights a week at Cheers. I want to say White Rabbit does it 7 nights a week. They do it every single day. So shout out to my girl Bree that works over. Shout out to her. They do it 7 nights a week there. I think they have an open mic and stuff like that. I know Patty's has open mic. Cheers, we do it 6 nights a week with DJ Kelly, my man Jake, Jake over at Sand Trap. I want to say Fridays and Saturdays he's there. That's my little hub right there. Sand Trap and Cheers right there. You can bounce back and forth, just have a really good time. Just can't just bring the drinks there. We're not downtown, but there's quite a few.
Dustin Day at
Paul's Place.
Dirty Whiskey.
Oh, Dirty Whiskey. That's
Whiskey
right.
on Thursday.
Yep.
And then
I think Stop Button,
I
legendary.
was about to say, you want to go to Stop Button? I haven't been to Stop Button's karaoke yet.
I would love to stop by there.
And then I can smash you in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Well, let's say I was a Street Fighter type of person anyway. So
You know how I play Street Fighter?
Oh boy.
I don't know what combo works,
See,
but something's happening.
Mortal Kombat, I try, but I'm a semicircle to see. We are way off topic.
So Brian, if someone wants to catch you doing karaoke and they want to follow you, where can they find you?
Well, there's a lot of places because I'm doing a lot of things. But my personal socials, you can find me on Facebook. Brian Livingston is the full name. Everybody calls me B-Line. You can catch me on Twitter, Instagram is this be your boy, be live. No, don't ask questions. Just I'll put.
Just do it.
I'm gonna put when I produce this. I'm gonna put it down there for you. Y'all be able to see it rather than hear it. I got that because it's a lot going on. You can also follow all the upcoming things that are happening here at the Share Studios. We have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. TikTok, we have all of those channels for the Share Studios. Also, a venture that I'm working on is having a local broadcast station here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We're the largest metropolitan area in the United States without its own dedicated broadcast station. So stay tuned for FINS, Fayetteville's independent news source. And with Dominique, she's working on the entertainment side of things, so I'm greatly appreciative of that. We're on the socials and everything like that. So a lot of big things are happening in my world of karaoke and also here at the Share Studios. So
I forgot to ask before we close out, what is your go-to karaoke song now?
my go-to that is a good question. Because you know what? I don't do That Went Down to Georgia as much as I used to.
Okay.
So it would have to be, it's a toss-up.
Okay, give them both.
It depends on the crowd. Let's put it this way.
Okay.
If I got a little bit of an older crowd, little 70s, 80s, little match of everything, I gotta go with the Brick House by Commodore. She's a brick. So you got
A brick wall.
got a little throwback there. But then a little bit younger crowd. I would. This is gonna be embarrassing. I like singing country music. I'm not a.
You're from South Carolina, of course you like country music.
I'm not a real good rapper. I like my rap and hip hop, but I tried it the other day. My tongue just ain't doing it. So, Country Girl Shake It For Me is like my new like.
For me, girl.
Shake it for me, girl. Shake it for me. Oh, pretty girl. See, I don't even know the lyrics anymore. I'm lost.
That's why there's words on the screen. All right, guys. So you just heard of our world of karaoke. Hopefully, we'll catch you guys out soon. All right, welcome back. So, Carl Pringle. Many of you may know him from his flip-flop sauce, but I like to call him Unc. And Unc has been doing some great things here in the community, including one project called Uncle Carl's Safe Space. Exactly what the name entitles, a home, a safe space where young people can meet and just be. Unc is also known for feeding the community, and this Sunday is no different. Between the hours of noon and 3 at Festival Park downtown, come witness and taste the greatness at Lunch on Us, a day of service. Unc's reasoning for feeding the community is to be a positive person that represents his family in a positive way. And even though he's from DC, I feel like Fayetteville can claim this one. Or maybe we can share. Anyways, as he likes to say, my actions and reactions are bigger than me. Thank you guys for hanging out for episode 2 of Nuthin To Do. And let me tell you, this is insane that I've even gotten this far. I really love all the love. And so I guess I'll see you guys next week. Coming up is all the things to do. I'll check you out soon. Be good to each other. Have the best week ever. Bye.
For there is nothing to do.
There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do.
For there is nothing to do.
There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do.
For there is nothing to do.
There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do.
Thanks for tuning in to the Nothing to Do weekly podcast, recorded at the Share Studios in Fayetteville, North Carolina, with your host, Dominique. And make sure to tune in next week because it's only going to get better.